Alrighty, looks like we are live and alive. Let me check a couple of settings here. I think we're doing okay on that end. You guys will be getting sound from the game in about, a second. Yeah, you're getting some sound. It's not super loud if you guys want it a little bit louder. So, picking up where we left off. We had saved Natsume and Ujishiga-san, or Ujishiga. Shiga. And we had slain a big boar, just the one. Now we are in Minato. We did talk to a little person down there who is the current head of Minato, or the kind of the royalty in there, who's a daughter of a lord or something like that. Seems a rather depressed individual, if I'm going to be honest. Not the happiest of individuals, but she seems pleasant enough. And story-wise, that's kind of it. We picked up a couple side quests that we can do relatively quickly here. We met with the lovely Kogyoko. I believe her is Yoku, something like that.
You spoil me with these fine kimono materials you sell.
Kugyoko.
Can I
Kogyoko.
perhaps spoil you in return with some wares at a fine price?
Yeah, be Kugyoko. Something like that.
What
But yeah,
item has caught your eye?
standard,
You do make me sad sometimes.
standard, I will use sex and attraction to sell products and get stupid people gullible to buy her stuff, and I am stupid and gullible, and I have indeed bought more than a few things from her already, even though I don't really need to. I am going to go over here, because I think this food is done, yes. So one of the ways in which you make food is by, prepping it. And one of the easier ways to do that is just by drying it. So if you eat this, it gives you a 7 health boost for 20 food. For 30 food, this one, because they are dried, now they give you 13. So, efficient. It is not the best use for millet, but it's the best use I have right now. Realistically, you shouldn't do a lot of food cooking here because your dragon pit is not the most, it's not the most here. You don't have a ton of, space or anything like that to actually set up good. Let's buy some things here real quick. Little upgrades so we can build a few more things with our dragon pits and our points, which they don't really tell you too much, but if you look on the top right side there, you have two things. You have a little circle with a square in it, that's your money symbol. You have a little cloud thing, that's your like kimono points that you get for slaying kimonos, breaking parts off, stuff like that, that you collect over the various hunts. And the gear underneath that, I don't know. I don't remember. This is kind of your hunting uh, manual. Much like in Monster Hunter, you're going to have a hunting manual where you're going to have basic ecology, where does this thing tend to hang out, how many have you slain, some basic story behind it, strategies, the attribute of which they are most closely associated with, attribute effectiveness, so what things work well on them, physical effectiveness, so slash, strike, and piercing would be the best thing. Parts softness. So again, this guy's a pretty weak dude, so he's just weak to base anything you throw at him. Um, Sap Scourge could be a little different. King Tusk even more different. But none of them are particularly difficult. King Tusk might be a bit just because he has got one shot kill potential.
By studying your equipment, I've managed to develop some new weapons. I'm quite proud of them, actually. Give them a try. Alright, let's see what I can do for you.
So we could build more weapons if we wanted to. We got the Maul, which is a good favorite for me. The Nodachi, which I go back and forth on the big sword, I'll be honest. I kind of like it, but I do feel like it is a little awkward to use. Alright. One thing we might do is take a look at this, and it was actually armor I wanted to look at.
Do you have something particular in mind?
Yeah. We could make some of this armor, probably not all of it, but we can make some of it. And another mechanic to look at, in case you guys didn't notice it, if you see underneath the armor value, which is the very top number, it's showing 7 to 10, so this thing has 10 armor. Underneath that, you have a little blue head, and it's got a 10 next to it. That is the mechanic. If you look at the very bottom of the screen, you have this gauge that goes from the left side of blue, smaller blue head, central head, and then it goes small red, big red head. Okay, that's your affiliation, if you will. That's your inclination the armor gives you. And certain skills are locked behind certain inclinations. So if you see the Critical Master skill on this helmet has a small red head next to it, whereas the Nostrum Water has a much more elaborate blue head. That means that for that skill to unlock, you need to have a certain number of blue points or red points. And if you look at the bottom there, you see there's a small movement of, we'll see it a bit more with the, you notice how the gauge on the bottom there, it shows you where you will end up if you choose this armor set and make it. I end up now dead center in the blue, the little blue helmet there. That means that any skills that are little blue helmet, like this, Strong Arm Remedy, I will actually be able to unlock. If I make all of this armor, you add it all up, this one's 100 right there. I would probably only need maybe 50, 60 more to get to the blue side, whatever. That will then, okay, we will be able to unlock all of the blue skills here. So we have a couple Strong Arm Remedies, and we have a Nostrum Water, or Critical Master if we went the more kimono route. So this is Human Path, Kimono Path, and the armor changes the look. So neutral looks kind of like this, or this one looks like that. Human Path tends to make it more like normal human armor. Kimono Path tends to emphasize the kimono parts and becomes more wild looking. Another thing to note is that they oftentimes gain quite a lot of armor. So this guy's base armor is 8. That's what I'm wearing right now. If I were to upgrade him to the Human Path, you see he goes up to 20 armor. Kimono is also 20. A small thing to note is that more often than not, the kimono parts tend to focus more on aggression, and the Human Path parts tend to focus more on defensive skills. And though it's not necessarily true here, a lot of the times the kimono parts have less armor. About the same armor, maybe a little less than the Human Path. It's more than the standard, but it's less than the Human Path. So Human Path tends to go much more towards a nice build, basically. So we can make a few things here. Big thing is this is a nice health boost. That's a nice health boost. The rest of these things are not super important to me, but they do give you better armor. So actually, antitoxin might be useful, but eh. And Strong Arm Remedy is probably pretty useful. I just don't use the Strong Arm a lot. It's a mechanic that exists, and it's kind of neat being able to climb on monsters whenever and be able to activate that, but I'll be damned if I ever use it. As I really don't ever use it. I just don't. So, don't really have any way to unlock the good guy armor, as it were. That guy could get us a little closer, yeah, because we can't quite get the Nostrum Water unlocked. But we could get Strong Arm Remedy by getting this guy to the Human Samurai Path. And that would actually be it. Maybe this guy as well. So those two right there would probably get me close. That's alright.
I think that's about it.
We have slightly better armor. That's nice. That's good. Alright. So, if we look at the map here, we have a bunch of little side missions. Our main mission is to go to Natsukodachi Isle. Do some exploring over there. For now, what I would say is we're going to do the side quests here. These should be relatively quick. None of these guys are particularly difficult, especially the Rage Tails. They're not difficult at all. One thing that I do tend to do a fair bit in this game is that when I do go on hunts, I tend to, especially if they're easier monsters, hunt the other things before the main monster, because on the map there will always appear 3 monsters. Always. So you have your main monster, and if that's the one that you're hunting, you're just hunting one. You have 2 other additionals there. Just for kind of preserving my time and effort and all that good stuff. And just because, you know, they're there, I will hunt maybe 1 or 2 of the extra ones and hunt the main one. And that's a way in which you can kind of farm a bit more efficiently, is by doing that you will, because after you've completed a main mission, you can stay on the map. You know, you'll spawn back at camp. That's good and fine. When you spawn back at camp, 3 more monsters are respawned immediately and populated. So you can hunt those in the open world, kill them once they're all gone. You could wait around for more monsters to spawn. Eventually they will, but that takes a bit. I missed it. Ah, the hitbox on that was a little bit generous to him. Where are you going there, buddy? You running from me? Alright. Ah, way too early. Way too early. We'll take the heal, why not? We've been letting them hit us a few too many times. guy will probably be dead here in a very short amount of time. I kind of figured I got that, but I missed it just by this much. Oh, I definitely missed that. That was my bad. I hit that way early. Way early. Yeah, we got his tail. That's sometimes gets difficult to get, honestly, because he dies so fast. So he is dead. We can collect our things, do a final blow. But no, the Bladed Wagasa is definitely one of my favorite weapons. Aggression-wise and stylistically, I think it's a really just a super fun weapon to use. If you can get your parries down right, again, it is one of the fastest, most aggressive DPS machines you can play. And you feel like a DPS machine when you're playing it. You kind of feel like a monster, because everything they're throwing at you, you can... There's not a lot of attacks you can't parry. I don't think there are. There are very few. So, anything they're throwing at you, as long as you can get that parry timing down, you parry it. You take 0 damage, and you just keep fighting. And your parry, the little spin, immediately can be chained into one of your more powerful attacks, which is where I throw the umbrella, and it spins in kind of one place, doing very, very high damage. Just kind of buzzsaws away at them. That is easily one of the most devastating moves you can do with this weapon. I think it is the max DPS attack. I don't think anything else comes close. Maybe the counter attack that you do after you counter, you see me kind of rocket forward like that. After a counter, that thing is especially powerful. The damage ticks are pretty high on it, but even then, overall DPS-wise, it is way easier to just spam the way early. You saw that. You saw that was way early. That was late on my part. And see, I can, again, you can parry in mid-air, you can parry mid-combo. What are you doing? I'm messing up my parries here. I am alright, let's just reset. You get off time, you get your brain off time. God damn. I cannot get this guy to not be weird right now. Even the transition you can technically... Yeah, see, I ended up killing him before I could get that tail cut. It's very hard to get that tail cut. Very hard. He dies very quickly. There's not a lot you can do about it. But there is one side quest done. Pretty easy. Again, he's not these guys are not difficult, and all you had to do is fight 2. But yeah, see, there's only one monster left on the map. We're leaving camp, gonna arrive at camp in a few seconds, and we will respawn and repopulate with 3 more monsters. Some may be the same, there may be some differences. We could probably actually fight the crow. You're actually not supposed to fight the crow for a while. A surprisingly long time, considering how early he can show up. The crow can show up very, very early, and you can fight him very early. I would generally avoid fighting him this early. For especially people who are very new to the game or have difficulty with him, because he's not the nicest or the easiest. Yeah, there's a crow over there. There is a... Oh, didn't mean to do that. There is a buddy over here. We do need to set up slightly more. Like, we do need... Let's see. This guy's a good central location because you can discover most areas, but there's this right here, this tiny little patch just outside the circle. That's where monsters tend to spawn. Also, there's a little one right here, and a little one over here. So coverage can be a little annoying. So you kind of want like a tower somewhere right here to get all this. A tower right here-ish to get all this. And that part, you just kind of, whatever it is what it is. But we have a couple of monsters we can kill. We have a Sap Scourge. We have somewhere up there, I think, is going to be a big old Tusk Boy. We should be okay. Yeah. We're gonna go for the Sap Boy here. He's a pretty quick hunt. Got ourselves a little cog right there. I really, with this weapon, it's kind of sad. I do not use any basic building. I really don't. It's not that it's bad, mind you. It really isn't. It's actually very good. I could have gotten that if I was paying attention more. I kind of got that. I'm kind of trapped in here. I really don't want to be in here, actually. There we go. Nice parry. One bad thing about the weapon is that it is pretty crap until you get it charged up. The second you get it charged up, damage goes out the window and just, it's crazy high. See right there, again, I'm getting many procs of damage there. Ran out of stamina there. I feel like I got that, actually. Not sure why it took me so long to get up, but it did. I still feel like I got that, actually. Don't let him sneeze on you. Take his horns. Take his other horn. He's gonna spin. That's bad, but we're okay. That's his deadliest move right there, is his grab. It is very difficult to avoid. Damn it, he's just out of range. He's dead. He won't be able to leave. Yeah, see? Yeah, once you get in the rhythm with this weapon, it is just nothing but damage. You would think something like, I don't know, like a great sword or whatever be your ultimate, like, massive DPS, or maybe even like the claw weapon, which is, it's a pretty damn good DPSer itself, but, in my experience, nah. This weapon. This weapon can consistently do DPS, and it does very good damage. Again, each one of those things, when it's fully charged, hitting on him, the damage ticks are 50 damage. You get at least 10, 15 damage ticks. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Hold on. Sorry, burping a little bit. I need some, honestly, I need some water, but I can get some in a little bit. There he is. Be on the lookout for these guys. They make funny little sounds when you are near them. Little, like, wood clanking together, that sound. Like wooden cups clanking together. That is the sound of those little buddies, and they are useful to gather. You can use them to upgrade your own little buddy that you keep wandering about. And the more you upgrade him, the more damage he can do, the more he can heal you. Occasionally they'll drop out special thread that I can use to conjure my boxes and whatnot. Do we want to fight her? I'm not really sure if I want to fight the crow or not. He's not the worst, but he's not the best. He's kind of annoying. What I do want to set up is I want to set up a tower over here. Maybe a base. If I have enough energy to do so. You can see the dragon pits I haven't activated in gray there. The more you activate, the more energy or resources you can spend to create more stuff at your camps or just around the world here. And again, the more you upgrade them, you unlock them and upgrade them. It increases it slowly, bit by bit. There is obviously a max you can do, because once you've upgraded all of them to max, you have the resources you have. I always forget how to get up here. There is a pathway up there. It's just kind of a pain in the ass. We'll just do it the old school way of just make a box or two. It's kind of what you're supposed to do. Just find a thing here. 3 boxes. You're now at the top. I'm just very lazy when it comes to this. Okay, all the way at the top here, you have a nice little construction for the well. And I find it is usually a pretty good place to build a camp here. We're right about here-ish. And a radio tower or a signal tower right about there. Well, actually, let's destroy that real quick. My apologies. Let's put that actually somewhere like right here. I want to get best coverage here, so I think actually right in this little nook will be a good one. Let's see. Yeah. So that gets that little area. Oh, it doesn't quite get that area, does it? Because there's also an area right here. So maximum coverage, I need it somewhere along this line there. Damn. Alright, let's put it somewhere along that line. Oh, I haven't activated this one. Weird. There we are. There he is. Thought I heard a little clanker. A little clanking around. Shrine here. I think there's a collectible. There is. Again, some of these things are just small little bits of story, little bits of lore, background stuff. Nothing excessively important, mind you, but still fun. There we go. That is nice and good. Oh, we're falling kind of awkwardly. So that covers a much nicer area. And once you upgrade them, I believe when you use them, they also can sometimes reveal secrets and collectibles. Don't quote me on that. Let's fight a King Tusk. I don't think you saw me guys fight a King Tusk. We'll do that. They don't like fighting in between transition areas at all. So they will always transition when you hit them. Missed it by just a smidgen, actually. Do a little bit of damage. This guy is a bit awkward to fight in areas like this. Luckily, I'm pretty good at it. That is a really hard move to anticipate when he's going to land. I know it doesn't seem like it should be, but boy is it hard to anticipate when he's going to land. Got a little pain animation right there. Ah, we missed the third one. That's alright. He might do his special move here in a second. There we are. These are the dragon kimono. I think that Karakuri, or the special ones, essentially. And what they are is kind of combo ones, where if you summon enough of them in the right combo, you will build a very special platform thing. So in that case, we built a really tough wall that the Kimeno cannot destroy very easily. Okay, just get outside of that. Got his tail. Unlock on. Yeah, he's gonna live. And it's really hard to break his tusks with this weapon, because again, you do enough DPS that it's kind of hard to not kill him before, you know, you've done enough damage to the various body parts to break off. But you can break his tusks off, the little horns on his back, you can break off each one of those. Again, you probably won't be able to break off everything on him before he dies, but you can break off definitely his... it's somewhere here. There it is. You can break off his tail and his two horns. I know I've done that, and like a back panel or two before he finally succumbed to damage. But it is difficult to do, because he's a big fat boy. There we are. Yeah, nothing for it. Didn't really want to kill him just yet. I kind of wanted one of his tusks. It's a little difficult sometimes to break him off, though. And sadly, you do need those parts for killing him proper. Oh, that's interesting. It's just outside, so I need to move this thing a little closer. Alright. I never realized I was outside of the... It was just outside of the range of the other one. Though, honestly, no, that should... They all should activate. That's very weird that they don't all activate. You know, what if I don't build... What if I build a house there and put it right there? I think that's a better place for it. The radio tower, as I call it. I think it will do that. We'll set this up a little bit differently, because we'll activate this guy. And you can see on the right side there, capacity. That tells you, again, what your total capacity is, and I think somewhat your usage. But you see right there, okay, if I were to upgrade this guy to level 2, I go from 70 fire to 90 fire. I go from 28 earth, I believe, or stone or something like that, to 20 or 24 to 28. And these dragon ones, they have different elements that they use up. So this guy, the drying racks, use up 40 fire. It's quite expensive, actually. We got another sap scourge. They do spawn decently quick, but not the quickest. I find, again, depending on how fast you're hunting them, you kill 3 of them, do a mission, 3 more spawn, kill all of them in the mission, then when you return back, there'll be 3 more, and you just rinse and repeat that ad nauseum until you are satisfied. So we got the nice cherry blossom tree here. There is a nice little area right there, but I think what we'll do is we will build the radio tower here. Nobody really comes here. So it's a pretty safe place to build. It is enough to catch that area very nicely. It's also within the range of this one, or close enough, so it activates him. So I think I'll build a... Oh, wrong buttons. You're just shy of that. So we could have another spawn point here, which I think I'll do. Oh, it takes too much. That's right. Certain areas have a reduction on the cost of these items. Especially spawn points. I still haven't quite figured out where that is. I could get rid of that guy. Yeah, but see, this guy costs nothing right here. So this is why these are kind of useful, is building them next to these little fountains is very, very useful. The only reason I didn't build it there is because if I build... Let's see, where is it? It's centraled right there. If I move it to there, might still just barely catch that guy. So I think that's good. Because there is a... one of these things. One of these trees, one of these wells. I think there's actually a guy up here. There is. Hey, buddy. And prickly pear ash, or prickly ash pears, peppers, whatever the hell they're called. Those are actually quite useful. Those are one of the best things you can gather in this game, because it can turn some of your worst trash food into very highly good food, for lack of a better word. That millet, when you put it in I believe a pickling, or a fermenting, or whatever the hell it is, I think it's a fermenting jar that you unlock later on, it will give you a better health boost than just drying it. You don't have to dry it. And overall, it just kind of works out really good. You can have a pretty solid food that increases your health by a fair amount, with a relatively cheap and easy to farm... Oh, there's a little item right here. There's a couple items in this area, I do believe. But we're just looking for the spawn point at this point. Right here. Give me my view back, please. Thank you. Alright. Befriend that guy. We have a nice little hot spring right here. Very lovely. And if we look at the cost, again, for some reason it is a very high cost here, and I don't know why. There are certain areas where it's not doesn't cost a lot. And I thought it had to do with these guys, but maybe it doesn't. It's definitely frustrating to work with. Okay. So it ends right there. So that's not as useful as I would want it. Okay. It does kind of need to be in that area there. That is frustrating, but not necessarily unexpected, I'm afraid. Oh, fuck off, Fumebeak. I have no problem with you. So yeah, we will leave the tower here. Bit annoying. We do need a tower over here to cover this area. Let's go over here. Yeah, a little frustrating, but that's fine. Oh, I didn't get that one over there. That's annoying. There's one to my right here. Again, it's good to do some early exploring, even if you're not doing a ton of fun, crazy hunting. It's good to do a bit of exploring, collecting things, setting up bases, just because it'll help a lot with farming and with everything that you're going to have to do later on. Interesting. Normally I make that jump. Alright, we will be moving on and doing a mission here in just a short while. Have no fear. There's some cogs we could be collecting in this town. But for now, we're okay. We'll do the 100% run in a while here. But I want to make sure, and you do want to do this, you want to make sure you build your stuff away from kimono paths, because they will destroy your dragon stuff. It does rebuild after a short little while, so it's not that devastating. It's just mildly annoying. Kind of like in Monster Hunter Wilds, how they will find your camps and destroy your camps. It's the same kind of principle. Yeah, this is a very sinister area, and honestly, it's kind of strange because you don't really find out why this area is so weird and crazy until incredibly late in the game. I think it was in the base game, these monsters, but I'll be honest, I don't remember. Basically, there's a tomb tail here, which is like a rage tail, like the master rank version of a rage tail. Very, very deadly. Very high rank, very scary. But it's weird because it doesn't actually show up. Like, you don't get to hunt it for a very, very long time. And this guy is just absolutely begging me to kill him. Still costs a little too much. But if we put a signal device here, I think we have the best coverage we could possibly have. Yep. Well, actually, we need it a little bit further there, because there can be a spawn right there, so we'd actually need him. Let's put him somewhere safe here. What if we put him just right here? That close enough, we think? Let's get a little bit closer. Right here. There we go. So when we use one, it should activate all the rest of them, hopefully. So that's our coverage right there. That's a pretty solid coverage. We do have a blank spot right there, which means this guy would have to move a little bit further, but we're okay where he is right now. This covers all the area right there. We got enough coverage right here. There's a teeny blind spot right there. Hard to deal with, but again, I am okay with that. That's actually pretty solid. Alright, do we want to do another King Tusk? I think we want to do Bow for a second. Bow's probably one of my second favorites. It becomes much more powerful when you get a certain katakuri later on. It is still very strong right now. Don't get me wrong. It's still very, very, very strong. But it goes up a notch or two once you get this katakuri. It kind of becomes your ultimate DPS, near the ultimate DPS machine. Right? It's up there with the Blade of Bagasa. It's pretty crazy. We can actually equip some of these, some talismans. They're not super useful, but they're nice enough. Got a decent number of health boosts. Fatigue boost is not amazing at that low level. What if we do just a... How about a health boost? A health boost? A health boost? And we can have up to 5, so we could do a little bit of blackout recovery, a little dodge master, fatigue recovery, and more thread file. There we are. Nice enough. All right. So I'm doing all right there. We do have some side missions we could do, which I think we will. We'll finish up these side missions. All the little side missions. We'll try to 100% as much as possible. All the little missions. Then we'll do main story. Though I feel like I probably should do main story on stream and then side missions after this fact. Those side missions are important. They do have some actual... So when we use this, it should activate all of them, right? Yes. Okay. So yeah, we got a crow over there. We got a rage tail right there. And I know it's a crow because it's the only question mark one that will pop up at this time in the game. But we'll just do this guy because he's causing some water problems. His sap is gunking up the water systems. So we are going to politely ask him to stop. And we're going to do that by shooting him. So this is the gimmick of this weapon. Is you fire Haya arrows, which do very little damage, but they stick into him. You then fire a big charged arrow that essentially blows them up. You can get a bit more damage out of it by doing level 2 charges. Try to be over here. Switch to the power. But again, it does really good damage, mind you, but it is much slower. We barely got it. But hey, we got his tail. But again, you see that? How much damage we did relatively quickly there? Again, the bow, once you get the bow set up right, it may be one of the best DPS machines in the game. Right next to, like, Bladed Wagasa. It's just, Bladed Wagasa is the only weapon that has a defensive option. You have invulnerability windows and some protection stuff when you're using the like boxes jumping off doing special moves off them. You have stuff like that. It's not as reliable in my opinion. Damn, we got gooed. When you're gooed, you can't dodge. So we run. We might get hit here. Oh no, that's right. You break his tail off. Normally what he would want to do right there is... he would... ouch, that hurt. He would rise up on his back tail and then slam down forward. But when you break his tail off, anytime he wants to do one of those moves, he falls over. Which is just awesome, by the way. I think that is Monster Hunter tier at its best. When you have something that you did to a monster, a damaged thing, that not only changes it aesthetically, not only does it give you items and, you know, parts that are maybe rarer to get, harder to find, harder to hope for from just basic mission rewards, but it also changes combat. That is a trifecta of awesomeness. In my opinion, that is a trifecta of awesomeness. Like, I cannot overstate or understate enough just how good that is. So, very cool, very fun. Again, the bow is already very strong, as you can see. I did great damage, did good stuff there. But it becomes an absolute god tier weapon once you get this Katakuri, which allows you to summon like a little mini helicopter thing, and it flies you up. And it turns the bow into essentially an AC-130 gunship. That's not going to make a whole hell of a lot of sense. You're going to think, how the hell can it turn it into an AC-130? What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you right now, it turns it into an AC-130, just death dealer from above. Oh, hey, little buddy right there. Now, is it up or down? I cannot remember where this one is. I feel like it's up. I thought, yeah, there's a bit of, a bit of weirdness in this game when it comes to climbing stuff. I think it's actually below me. I think it's low. There is a ledge up here that you can access, though. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, here it is. Nothing too fancy here, mind you. Just a little prickly pear ash thing. Yeah, this is a normal route you're supposed to take to climb up here. It must be in the tunnel system below. Yeah, it's got to be in the tunnel system below. So we could fight the crow early and get get access to some rather powerful armor early. At least just defense-wise. The skills are not the most amazing, but defense-wise, it's very strong. There is something around the left side here, I thought. Running out of boxes here. Yeah, so this is how you normally get up here. One of the many ways. Yeah, there it is. You should have just enough to get up there with 2 boxes. We'll go and activate this guy. And let's upgrade him the one time. Alright. So we still have one over there we didn't get for some reason, and one up there. Let's just activate all of them real quick. It's good for future-proofing myself. It wasn't jumping for some reason. And if you're noticing on the bottom left, the little 1 next to the LB button, that's how much thread I have. Thread is what you use to build things. And it's to my left here. There's a happy little fellow right on over there. Hey there, happy little fella. My ankles. And it is... Really, I didn't activate this one. I've ran past it probably a dozen times. I really haven't, huh? Wow. And we'll upgrade him to level 2. That's about as far as we can go. Pick up some more prickly pear ash. Pick up a friend. And we got one more we can activate. I don't know if I upgraded this one to level 2. I did not. But yeah, what I love about this is that, again, the more you activate there, the more you can build. You can really start designing your own kind of, well, area. It's not just, it's like got a little bit of that Sims building your outpost, but also you can build out the rest of the map in the sense that I can put, again, those kind of zip lines all over the place. I can put them in areas that I want them to be in that are useful for me. I can put in, eventually you get little wind generators that can shoot you up in the sky that you can then use with the helicopter thing to travel pretty good distances. Like across the board, it's just, it really gives you, it's like that Monster Hunter thing where you find the camps, you can build them out in world, but also as you're doing that, you can kind of discover the shortcuts that you really like. The various different types of shortcuts that you like and that work best for you. Oh, didn't mean to do that. There is a friendly little buddy up there. Friendly little buddy. We can make it up there. It's just... And you can destroy the basics and the more advanced ones. If you don't like where you place them, don't want their look, like how they're working out. Here's a little path that gets you around the side here. Like, one thing I would say would be nice if there was a bit more secrets here. Sometimes it feels a little light on the secrets. Like, you can do collectibles, and those are always fun. It occasionally feels a little light. And he's up one level here. There he is. But no, it does feel like, again, for a first outing on a game like this, a Monster Hunter style game, not an easy game archetype to go for. It requires a lot of testing and experience for building unique monsters, unique worlds, unique combat for items, or not items, weapons. That's not easy. I think this game definitely is, for me at least, it hits that territory of it really does deserve a second chance. And that's kind of what these game review streams are now going to be about. Is I'm going to be looking at the controversial games. The games that, for one reason or another, good or evil, right or wrong, got kind of hammered. Got kind of destroyed. So we have a King Tusk right there. That's who we fight for this one. I don't remember when you get the helicopter thing. I don't think it takes very long to get the helicopter thing. But we'll do this quick little side mission. We'll find the hunter. See how he's doing. Spoiler alert, he's not doing so hot. But yeah, they want me to be over there. I hear somebody. What am I hearing? Oh, it's you. I thought I picked you up already. We got him. But yeah, it actually, once you start hunting them out and you get access to more of the area, you can teleport around a bit more, you can find quite a few of these little cogs. So if we wanted, we could go kill that sap surge, probably. In addition to the king tusk that we will have to be fighting. But I think we'll just kill the king tusk. I think we can upgrade this guy to level 2. Yes. Alright. That requires spirit stones of varying size. Yeah, see, here's your hunter. Not doing so well. Corpse of a hunter with gaping wounds. Must have been a huge kimono. Yeah. It's that one. I missed him. Or it didn't activate at the very least. I'm actually surprised he hit me with that. Build a wall. That's not a political statement, by the way. And just like in Monster Hunter, yellow numbers are good. White numbers, not so good. Should be out of range of that. Having a real hard time seeing what I was aiming at there. And... I'm actually not quite sure how I got hit there. And we got a stun on him. He's going to do 2 swipes, then a slam down. Very hard to break his tusks. Dodge to the side here. And I'm trying to mostly put the Haya arrows on his tusks so that when I hit them, they take maximum damage. Oh, damn it. There's a tusk. And we get the other one. Back away. He's going to do a big slam. We're out of range. Ah, we got hit by the tremor. Damn it, sometimes hitting his tusk can be a little bit of a bitch sometimes. It's really awkward sometimes hitting him. And nowhere to go with that. We're fine here. Tremored, but fine. There's his other tusk. His face is a weak point. Oh, that's bad. We'll do a quick one. He's gonna leave. We're gonna let him. Because we need some ivory. You do get this from rewards, but you can also get a little extra from breaking his horns. Let's grab a quick heal. Again, there's usually pretty plentiful heal around from these little guys right here. Collect healing water. You do use a lot of it, though, because your healing water is pretty... It heals a decent amount, and you can upgrade it, kind of, with certain armor skills to heal you a bit more. The big thing is that it... is that you get hit hard, you take a lot of damage, and you oftentimes need to do double heals to put you back in a safe, I won't get one-shot territory. So that is the kind of conundrum that you will face. Will he... He's just going to go super the second I get here. And we can get a decent amount on his tail. If I can see his tail. I could not see his tail. Oh, build the wall. Build the wall. He slams into the wall. Breaks. Flings him back. We shoot at his tail. See if we can get a tail break. It might not happen. It did. Nice. Alright, he is going to be very close to death now. Big sweeps. Big dead. Collect his tail. Make sure we don't forget that. And big boy is big dead. Yeah, not a super fast hunt. We kind of went through that a little bit slow, but I think we did pretty solid. Now I'm going to change the destination to Minato so we can turn in some of these side quests. Somebody was telling me they thought this game was ugly. I think they're insane if they think this game is ugly. Like, occasionally there can be some weird texture issue or some pop-in occasionally. That not a ton, but I don't know, guys. That idea that this is somehow not good. We also do need to do a couple of things. One, we'll turn in these quests. Hey, buddy.
Ah, you took care of the sap scourge for us, did you? Well, at least our cross won't suffer anymore. I don't have anything against the kimono, really. But with the water polluted like that, nothing could survive. I'll make sure you're compensated for the work. And maybe I'll call on your services again sometime.
Thanks. He'll give me a reward. It'll pop up on the right there. It just takes a while.
He's dead? That's terrible.
I mean, I know hunting is a dangerous game, but even so, poor man. And, did you have any luck on the hunt?
Yeah.
What? That King Tusk? Those things are worth a small fortune. I'll have to throw a huge reward your way for this. Arigatou gozaimashita.
Thanks. And we got another one over here.
Arigatou gozaimasu. I hope the plants will start growing normally again soon. Suzuran-sensei once told me that kimono can twist the forces of nature and that us humans are just little insects compared to them. I don't really understand it, but it all sounds very worrying. Kimono are scary. All of us in Minato need to work together to keep the town safe. But we do rely...
Yeah. You rely on me. I'm an amazing person. You don't have to tell me twice. I know. And I don't think I can make... wrong button. Where is the fermentation? Pickling jar, that's the one I'm looking for. Bit expensive. Okay, normally you want to get these first because they increase the amount of healing water you can hold. But we'll get to just some basic stuff here. Alright, so we have pickling jars. So pickling jars, way more useful. I'm going to put them on my pickling jar area here. Yes, here's what you do. Oh, no, it's not pickling jars. What is it, then? It's not pickling jars. What the hell is it? It is... something jar-like. Yeah, so you can see the... kind of get a sneak preview of some of the stuff you can eventually unlock here. It's fermentation cast. Oh, that's much farther down. Alright, we don't really need pickling. Oh, we unlocked it. It doesn't really matter. Alright, so... do that just to dry some stuff. Don't have any more to do there, and I really do need a storage ingredient chest. Let's just put that right. Put that right here. Why not? We need to store some of this crap. And we'll take that stuff, and the rest we will leave. Oh. There we go. Fantastic. Yo yourself, buddy. We can go to the shop here, see if there's something fun or neat in the shop to buy.
You spoil me with these fine kimono materials. You may examine anything in as much detail as you please before you decide.
Bit expensive for that stuff, but it's fine.
Allow me.
And sell goods, you always get some degree of money selling from monster hunting, usually just one. So gold dust, you get that stuff from like quests. Rage Tail Pip, you get one per hunt. Same with the Sap Scourge stuff. So you hunt a bunch of things in a row. You end up collecting quite a bit of money.
You do make me sad.
And you will need crap tons of money. So that's just something to point out there. You will need a lot of money.
You want to know what's still to do? Here's the list.
This gets you a fair bit of money. Not a ton. But it gives you some basic materials, and these are just kind of like small side bounty stuff, so you collect these as you are hunting. So small kimono parts, if I kill small kimono and collect their parts, I get some stuff from it. Or I can turn these bounties in for seals. You get enough seals, you get the next reward level. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then it resets. So I only need 5 more. Doesn't really matter what I go for here. Because I probably just need to do the small kimono one, and it'll probably be the easiest one. Could also do assist on 2 hunts.
Let's catch up again soon.
Ways to do that, if they're not online, is to do this. I think these counts as assists. And these visitors, again, I'm pretty sure they are just bots that are programmed to show up occasionally, and they will give you a hunt you can do. Usually it's a hunt somewhere at your level or a little bit below. Sometimes it could be very below. And you go to their encampment, as they would say. So notice how all the stuff is different here. That's because, again, Richard built this. Now, whether or not Richard was actually a thing or not, I don't think so. I think, again, it is just literally a bot they designed. Sap Scourge is kind of far away, but we can actually get a little close with this one. So you hunt this guy, you take him out, and then when you come back from it, you'll be in Minato, but you'll be in his version of Minato, which means it'll sell slightly different items. And that's about it. So usually when you return to the Minato of your counterpart here, the only thing you really want is to just check out the store for items. I didn't think we can get it. It was a bit much to ask for. Nice bounce right there. Hard to dodge that one. You're supposed to use this like an arc shot, but I'll be honest, I find it works much better if you just manually aim down. Like a lot. You can roll out of that. It's just a little bit tricky to do. Can't roll out of this because I'm stickied. Don't get up too early because you will get double hit by that sometimes. Very frustrating to happen. Notice it didn't activate them. You kind of have to hit in the same area as where the Haya arrows are to do full damage. We might get sapped here. Didn't get sapped, that's nice. He's almost dead. We'll see if we can get this off here. Damn it, not enough. Not enough time. That's alright. He'll be dead soon. Soon enough. He always runs back to his lair. We don't really have a spawn point next to his lair that's worth going to. So we'll just hoof it. The higher arrows don't stay in there forever. But notice how much damage that did versus the other bits. Double roll should get you out of that. That was close. He is severely wounded. He will be dead very soon. Oh, wow. He turned... Yeah, see, I got up too early. Got double hit. Really? Alright. Don't bother rolling. You can't do it. Do a level 1 charge, just at his face there. Doesn't put nearly as many Haya arrows in, but it's a bit faster, a bit less risky. I should use it more often, but I just like using the Haya volley. Shoots lots of arrows. We did that pretty poorly, but still good enough. And it kind of defaults to returning to Minato for this, which is fine. That's kind of where we want to go. Nothing else really to collect in here that I care for. Well, we'll get this rock. Rock. So yeah, that's kind of the bow in a nutshell. Put Haya arrows on thing, switch modes to the power shot. Or I'm sorry, is it? Yeah, it's Haya arrows and then the Atoya arrow activates it. So that's what you end up doing. You're switching between Haya arrows and Atoya arrows. Put Haya arrows into the monster, as many as you can.
I have some new items.
Shoot that area with an Atoya arrow.
Before you decide.
You know, blow it up. Cause tons of damage. Enjoy your rewards. So we got enough core stone. We'll buy a bit of this, as we can.
Do you have all? I am forever humbly at your disposal.
And the way you leave is, I think you just talk to this dude right here. Return to your Minato, and he says thanks. And you're good to go. I'm not sure if that counts as an assist. I don't think it does. Regrettably. I think assists are very specific to the multiplayer. Yeah, they're multiplayer stuff. So, the only way I'm completing this is if I do something like basic katakuri 25 times. I feel like I've done that.
Bye for now.
They're, like, these are basic katakuri, right?
What is it? You want to know what's still to do? Here's the list. Right. Let's catch up again soon.
Alright. Regrettably, that's it. I'm out of katakuri. Let's check on the food real quick. Food's still going. Alright, let's go to Natsukadachi Isle. We'll do story here. Actually, we haven't even talked to Suzuran, have we? We haven't even seen her. Let's just talk to her real quick.
Are you alright, Ji-san? Do you need another rest?
It wasn't like this when the Karakuri were working. It was a breeze to get up to the top back then.
Stairs are killing you, huh? She's not here. Interesting. And you can change locations. This is weird, because here's the thing that I find very odd about this. I don't think there's any purpose to be in here. I've tried thinking about this. I think you're only there one time when you're injured, maybe, like later in the story. But I'll be honest, that's one of those little mysteries for me that I have not been able to solve. I don't know when you are in there. When you need to go in there. Like, it's straight up a mystery to me, honestly. So we can go here. There's a couple of monsters here that are rather good to work on. Grid dogs are good. The Rip Claws are funny chickens. They actually have a really good armor set. And Spine Gliders, who also have a really good armor set. I'm pretty sure, actually, the Spine Glider is one of the better ones you can have for a while. Just for comfort. Because it has a heal increase. So when you heal from your water, your healing water, it increases it by quite a lot. It's basically like a recovery up if you're a Monster Hunter fan. So here we are on Natsukadachi Isle. We have a little buddy right here. We pick up the little buddy. Pick up some driftwood. We have a little location already set up right here. Some stuff to mine. Let's actually grab this real quick, and we're going to enhance our Tsukumono. I usually do assist mode first. Because it's not really much about an attack machine. It's more there to just assist and keep me alive. And its healing mist can be quite strong. So it's always good to have that. This area is also one of your big fishing spots. I find that this is one of the easiest areas to do a ton of fishing and get tons of fish for tons of food. No, you don't realistically need it. You put him out there, he passively fishes in an area that will never get destroyed, which is very nice. Get some small Welkin stones. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do here. I can never remember exactly what I need to do at the beginning of this mission. I think just hunt the Spine Glider, I guess. He's somewhere around here. But yeah, again, another very pretty area. Fun little fact, this whole island is a turtle. One of these guys, as a matter of fact. You usually want to actually pet these guys, but I messed it up. You can pet them by creeping. They drop an item. Then they run away. Okay, coral shell. Again, it's not like super useful. It's just a money thing, but it's nice. It's nice. Pick up some basic materials here. there's something over in this corner area, right? Yeah. Oh, shit. I hit the water. That's a little bit silly. Alright. Barely hit that water. Can be careful. Your character will drown in 2 feet of water. There's more basic core stone. We're okay with that. I think if we come up here, we find the spine gliders somewhere up here. I think it's actually near this boat. And there's a large boat. There's actually several large boats in this little area here. Yeah, these guys are actually hostile, so they're kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. This guy is now hostile, and he'll want to attack me. Oh no, well, we managed to catch him just off. So he drops his item. We have a spine glider, which is a weird flying squirrel unicorn that sounds like a dolphin. And if that sounds weird as shit, yeah. And he likes to fire little pellets at you. And then he builds himself a little tower. He is incredibly weird. Ah, we missed it. Should have just done the one. And he can hit you. He actually does pretty decent damage, so he's not a pushover. Shockingly enough. And he can be hammered out of the sky, which is hilarious. What did I hit? That's weird. I hit something. A little bit of that. He builds another tower. He hits me with that. Nothing I can do. See if we can get this off fast enough. We can. We're going to do this once. We're getting heal from our buddy. Very nice. We should be safe here. He is having a rough go of it. This is the most dangerous move here. Incredibly hard to dodge that first leap. I know it doesn't look like it. Looks like it would be super easy to dodge. It's kind of not. Maybe it's just me and my craziness, but that is really hard for me to dodge. Nah, he's gone. But yeah, now we got a hammer. We can hammer him down off of his little perch. He is rather quick to get off of it, though. So don't... Just be aware of that. If the second you see him going for that, you want to build your hammer pretty quick. Because there are times when he will immediately jump off. Like, he will get up there and be up there for maybe half a second, then immediately jump off to do some kind of attack. You can cut his tail. It's a bit tricky to cut his tail. because he's pretty protective of it. Oh, damn. Oh, luckily he's going for my Tsukumono. Just roll forward through that. You should be okay. He's a bit quick. So sometimes it might be better to just do the... what are you doing there? This guy. Roll forward through it. That's... It's funny, I was thinking of the harder version of him. He does a double slam with that. There it is. You can get hit on the upswing or the downswing of it. Very dangerous. Again, it doesn't seem like it would be. But trust me, it's a lot more dangerous than you think. Got his horn. That's nice. See if we can get him this. See, he immediately jumped off. Again, when he's enraged, he will oftentimes do that. Be very quick about it. Go and roll through that. Trying to get his tail here is really tricky here. There it is. Alright. Enough fucking about with him. Let's just kill him. Damn it. Kinda am almost about to be dead here. There we are. Again, I was playing it a bit risky there, but I wanted his tail. Gets the rare dripstone. And it also takes away, once you cut his tail off, it takes away some of his more dangerous moves. Well, there we go. Spine glider down. And there's the glider, and now this weapon is going to be an absolute nightmare. It is going to be an incredibly powerful weapon. Now, admittedly, the glider is very expensive. Costs 3 thread, I believe, or 6 thread. It costs a fair bit. But what you get in payoff from that is, again, this weapon goes from pretty strong, pretty damn good, to an incredibly mobile helicopter death machine. Like, just not even joking, it is night and day different power. We will see. We're gonna kill this thing right here. This is a Rip Claw, I believe. Or a Death Claw. Rip Claw, something like that, Death Claw. It's an angry chicken. And this angry chicken is all kinds of angry and pissy and moany, and it will fuck you up. He's gonna leap backwards, roar. That's fine. Oh no, wrong thing. Notice how I'm automatically in level 2 here? Can fire that. Again, it's not the strongest, mind you. We're officially in the territory of he is going to be beaten to hell here. The only difficulty is aiming it sometimes. And even then, not that bad. I was wondering if I was going to get a... And again, you just soar right above them almost all the time. Oh, I'm out of stamina here. My bad. And if you miss, who cares? Just conjure another one. Because you probably will have the materials to do so. You can even pick up the old ones. The only annoying thing is that it is ugly because you will end up leaving a lot of them around. Luckily, they do die off and a break. They are permanent structures. Like the, well, not really permanent, but semi-permanent structures like the torches and boxes. But again, that is the power of helicopter. Again, each of those blasts, it's not as powerful as if you did a full level 2 Toya blow up, but it's a level 1. It's fast. It's off the ground, which means you're kind of invulnerable to a lot of attacks here. Gonna hit some rocks here. He flies over to me. I miss him because he's at slightly a wrong angle. He gets angry. There's a big leap. We don't care, though. We got his tail. That's the good. This guy drops pieces like crazy, which is kind of nice. And then he's dead. That is Bo. Again, if you are struggling with any monster in this game, any monster, and you're having a real hard time with it, and you're not, I can't kill this guy, I'm having a real hard time with it, upgrade a bow to some decent damage. Raw's fine. You can find a good element bow that they're weak to, sure. Not really necessary. And put in helicopter. Put in the glider. And you will kill that monster. I don't care what that monster is. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care. You will kill it. Yeah, you take some damage. Yeah, you can get hit pretty hard. Yeah, it can be devastating. It does not. And I cannot emphasize this enough. It doesn't matter. You will kill that thing. And we're going to set up a small base here right in the center area. It's one of my favorite places to set up. It's the ruins. They're just up here on top of that waterfall area. It's a bit awkward to get to. Just wanted to gather up some things. So we just climb up here. We have a well here. And once this goes away, we have some tent area. I will say we'll put up a tent right here. Yeah, right here. Monsters do not come up through this pathway. they're pretty okay, and you can also thus, because they don't do much over here, you can set up a very nice little tower right, we'll say right here. And this guy will cover a decent amount of the area. See that? Now there's a little area right there we can't quite get to. It's underground. That's fine. But you put another, say, one right here, and another one, say, right about over here-ish. You will have full coverage of the map. There's a little tree house up here that you can take a look at. It's got some things in it. Including a little bit of a secret. There's a little buddy over here. And hey, look. Traversal just became almost a joke. Tried to do two things at once there and almost messed up both, but we managed to pull it out. Here's another very large boat, broken up. Very cool. It's a massive boat, honestly. The climbing here is a little bit sketchy, as you will do that frequently. You can also jump off that, by the way. There we are. The auto crouch thing didn't activate. I want to say there's another one here. There he is. I was pretty sure there was something here. This is another place I like to set up a base, is right around the corner here. Another little buddy. Construct a well there, and you can set up a nice little cozy base here. It is very expensive to do. So it's a bit frustrating. But that's fine enough. And you just put it, let's just say right about there-ish. Looks good. Yeah, the reason why you would put a marker here, well, we could actually probably put one right about there-ish, can't we? Yeah. Yeah, I like putting my my camp right there because it's a nice safe location, but the location for the sensor, the radio tower, needs to go a little bit more risky. We can activate this guy. Very nice. I would say somewhere here is probably acceptable. It's out of the way. Nice little spy tower. That's pretty solid. It doesn't quite get this area, does it? Poop. I move it just a little bit further to the south here. Actually, let's put it up there. This is a pretty good place for it, I think. If we put it right here, it should catch a good amount of the beach area. Maybe somewhere right... right here. I'm okay with that. It's not the most optimal position, but I'm okay with that. Oh, that was a bit far. It's kind of close to where I had it before, but just a slight difference. Got a little buddy right there. There should be something. Yep, there we are. Secret. Alright, we have a grit dog down there. Grit dogs are funny. I do like them quite a bit. Let's just take a look at the old grit dog. Don't have any thread. Might be a good idea to get a teeny bit of thread before we go banging away with our big... Oh, no. One problem sometimes with your leaping off of things is that you can put yourself in a little bit of a pickle here. Just a bit of a pickle. Let's pet this guy. Pet this guy. Pet this guy. So, grit dogs are weird little tanuki looking things that can summon iron sand and build things. They can actually build walls. They can build, like, your kind of structures. Like when I build a big wall to deflect things. They can build that stuff too. Kind of. It looks a little weird. Weak point is face. And that's kind of about it. That's a very dangerous move, by the way. Yep, those are his little summon things. That's fine. We need to move away. That will be an explosion. Couldn't move. We need to heal. He does hit rather hard, as you can see. He's no slouch in that department. You can knock his mask off. It does a little bit of good work. Oh. He does build bombs. Then he sits on them. because he's just that much of a badass. I don't know. I like him a lot. He's very funny to me. He is going to be dead here soon, though. That has a bigger hitbox than you might think. Be careful. We'll take a heal. No reason to be risky. He's gonna leap at me. Do one hop to the side. That is a lot scarier, or that's a lot easier than it looks. It looks way scary. It's actually not. Surprisingly enough, that is actually a very easy attack to ignore. Because what it does is the ground shakes you, you lose your footing, and right about the exact second you can dodge, just dodge. Like, you won't be able to dodge, it won't let you, it's your controls are taken from you, all that. The second you can dodge is right about the exact timing in which you should dodge for that attack. Shit, I missed it. Do it again. Ah, damn it. So we missed it. I want to see if we can get it back. So those are special moves you can unlock. You do have to have the that animation right there to unlock it. As regretful and stupid as and annoying as that is, you do need it to unlock. See, there's his wall. He breaks it, it blasts out. Regrettably, we're not going to get it this time, because I missed the opening for it. He bangs. We're gonna have to roll through this. We did. Alright, so we missed the, because I was in the air. We missed the summon animation, which is too bad, because you will want that one. Because I believe his special little dragon, or not, I'm not sure if they call them dragons, I can't remember what they call them. Oh, did we get it no matter what? The launcher? Maybe. It'd be weird that you would give me the launcher, because I'm pretty sure you don't give me the launcher. That's really actually kind of weird. I don't think he gives me the launcher. I could have sworn the one that he gives me, which is actually a very useful one for certain fights, is a elemental resistance summon. Basically, you summon it, and in that area of effect, once it gets hit with a certain, like a fire blast, you have increased fire defense while it exists. So, you know, if you lay it down on the ground, they hit it with a fire attack or something, a blast attack, some kind of elemental damage, and you will be... It gets charged, and you will have increased defense against that specific type of damage, which is really quite useful. Is that above or below me? I think it's above me. Damn it, I forgot. I don't need your zip lines or anything. I just need helicopter. Yeah, I do not take this path very often. So I'm actually a little lost. I don't take this path like ever. And we should be able to make that with a one helicopter should do it. Now this is the one that's a little bit tricky. I didn't have a lot of stamina there. Yeah, I can't make that. Let go, please. Just climb up, please. Cool. So that sucks. That trapped me. All right, I can't quite make it up there. That's fine. I missed one right over there. I guess I did. How the hell I missed that one? Yeah, it's... Oh, that's because it's down. It's down here in this little valley area. That's why I missed it. The only thing that's rough about the helicopter is, yeah, its cost. It is a very expensive. I think it is the most expensive, or just about the most expensive, basic katakuri you can summon. But if you can handle the cost, again, power. Crazy amounts of power. There is a little buddy somewhere near me. There we are. Now, for fuck's sake. Sometimes climbing around in this area when you don't have any thread is a little bit annoying. Can I not activate? Is that one too far south? Because it might not be touching this one. That is very frustrating. Because I think they have to be in the area of each other, so he does actually need to be right about there. That's a little frustrating. I'm going to fix that before I forget. Sorry for the wasting of time, but we're just kind of getting through this. Notice how there aren't really any monsters on the field anymore. That's why I do those, that's why I do a mission every once in a while. Hunt the monsters in the open field, do a mission, kill as many monsters as you want in the mission, come out of the mission, and you will have more monsters spawned. Break that. I still would like it somewhere along this area here. Eh, 'cause I don't really want it here, because it can get broken here. That's just going to have to be the best I can do. Alright, we do have a Dreadclaw that popped back up. We do like fighting Dreadclaws. They drop tons of parts. You can break tons of stuff off of them. And they are funny chickens. I'm a big fan of the funny chicken. He's an incredibly angry chicken. We are going to get some thread before we go over there. Always good to start out with some thread. Especially if you're doing what I'm doing, which is using the bow, and I'm using the helicopter destruction mode. The Apache helicopter. One skill that will be incredibly good to have, if you can get it, is Deafen, or whatever it's called. It's basically allows you to ignore monster roars. That is so very useful. Especially for bow, because I start out attacking. He's going to roar. He interrupted me. I'm going to lose some damage there. Just layer the front of his ass with that. Break that. He's kind of stuck on them rocks, isn't he? This is a very awkward position for this. I'm not gonna lie. Very awkward position. Some of that was my fault, certainly. Broke his tail. I am hoping I can get a summon from this. I do believe I can summon his special attack. And he's out of the air. Ah, we couldn't move. Try not to get double hit. Almost got double hit. Got killed. So this is why he's dangerous, because it's incredibly rare. But every once in a while, Ripclaw will do 3 or 4 attack pattern kind of thing. He will do his big charge, like he did there, hit you once. He'll do his double kick. He'll do his slam, and then he'll do like another kick. And it is really hard to survive. Because once he hits you, that's kind of it. You can't stay on the ground because you don't have enough invulnerability to stay on the ground. You can't you can't dodge because there's nowhere really to dodge for you. I'm going to pick up this stuff real quick. He will fly to me. Rocks. There it is. You get a nice little knockdown. He's nearing his end. That's fine. We'll let him go for a bit. But notice all the parts that I get from him. This is one thing that I love about the old Dreadclaw. He does give you a lot of parts. Especially as a bow. I don't know what it is, but you just, because you litter all the body parts of him, his chest, his head, his tail, all that stuff. You do some incredibly good stuff against him. That was dangerous. Kind of surprised he's alive, actually. He is, he's a tough old bird. There we are. Figure he had to be close. Take these things. We'll kill the boy here. Dead. Again, I do like the Dreadclaw. He is an enjoyable fight. I don't know why, but I enjoy him. He's really fun with the bladed Wagasa. He is incredibly fun. These things are also incredibly aggressive. The crabs, they don't do a lot of damage, but they will stun you, and then you'll get hit by a large monster. They're actually the only thing in this game that is as close to the aggression levels of Monster Hunter endemic life are those crabs. Those crabs are absolute menaces. Like, no joke, some of the most deadly, dangerous thing you can have is those freaking crabs. And that thing's fishing. It'll fish for a while. Good idea is to lay down a bunch of them, if possible. And do a couple missions in a different area. Come back here. They should be full. Go from there. I kind of doubt there's any spine gliders here. I do want his armor, so we're going to hunt him once or twice more. Because his armor set is nice. So we have... Okay, so those two do activate. We have decent coverage. We got that guy a little bit. We want to hunt all three of these guys. Why not? We'll show you what the big farm pattern looks like for me. So this is when I'm in my farming mode. Oh, for fuck's sake, hold on. I wanted to get this little guy here. There we go. So big farming mode. If you can kill these guys fast enough, this is super awesome. Having roar protection here is very useful. Try to get as much on his face. That's his weak point. He throws himself. Roll. We're going to get hit by that. Can't dodge it. He does a roll forward. We're a little close to him. Still a little close to him. We'll heal up again. Oh, damn. Yeah, see that hitbox on his tail? So big. Nothing we can do. We can't dodge that. He does his big leap. That's fine. Took his face. Roll. Again, the second he lays that down and the second you can roll, just roll. You will be fine. Really don't think he's going to give me another opportunity for that. Maybe I already got it. I could have sworn he gave me the element resistance hybrid, but maybe not. And he goes up here. We'll take a quick heal. And we'll finish him off. Dreadcall moves. There's no real infighting that I've noticed in any of these games. That's the one thing that if there was ever a sequel, which I really want there to be a sequel, I think that would be fun to do. I don't know. I stand this game pretty hard. I think that this game absolutely... I understand it got shit on for its performance issues. I get it. And that's a legitimate reason to shit on a game. But I do feel like maybe it was a bit extreme. Oh, wow. I fucked that up. I got too close. That's my bad. Happens. Happens, especially when you're all aggro like me. Alright, let's just get on over there. He's got, like, no health left, either. That was a stupid death to have. Because we still have to hunt the spine glider. But, that happens. Silly death. But we're good. Awkward angle on that one. There it is. It is here. Of course. I was, like, again, I was pretty sure I got one from him. Alright, that's good to know. I got that. I was a bit worried that my brain was going malfunction. Alright, so we do have that. So we actually have these special, they're not called Dragon Kukuri. What are they? It's like hybrid, or what are they called? Where is it? Fusion Kukuri. Yeah, I was trying to think of the word. Let's get some healing water. Takes a while to get to the pickling jar. Healing mist we don't have yet. I don't remember who gives healing mist. Maybe it's Monkey. But I kind of just get them all in a row. I see no reason to overcomplicate this. So let's kill Ripclaw. We will kill Ripclaw, and then we'll kill Spine Glider, then we will go back and turn in story mission, continue on forward. This guy doesn't really do any elemental stuff, so no real reason to mess about with that. He leaps backwards. He's gonna run at me. Rolled too early. The roll, that is actually a very hard move to dodge. I know it doesn't look like it will be, but it kind of is. He tracks you pretty hard through it. The monsters are trying to kill me today, my word. You're being a little bit of a particular bastard, aren't you? Yeah, you gotta really, really dodge late for that. Really, every time I move, you are doing the opposite of what I can do. I'm having a really weird... It's weird, because I just slaughtered this guy like 6 seconds ago, and now I'm having trouble with him. That's how this game goes sometimes. There we are. Got to get into a nice pattern here. And we'll do another helicopter run. Roll away from that. Why not? I have it available, might as well use it. Just stay in the air for a bit. We can't knock him out. We don't have enough to summon. But we can damage him out of the air. And he's got to be getting close. Oh yeah, he's close. Yeah, we should just need one more big hit on him and he will be dead. I do love how much he drops. He just drops so many parts. Alright. So, oh, looks like he went down there. Okay. Good enough. We will march our way on over. Hey there, Dreadclaw. Let me just get one good shot at you. Promise I'll make it less painful than anything else. I was kind of hoping that would kill him, actually. I can't move. He's doing triples. Interesting. Doesn't do that very often. It's terrible when he does. That's super devastating. Wow, I am surprised. You are healthier than I thought you would be. There it is. Finally. About to say,
ごめん。
buddy. You put up a good fight. For a chicken. Technically, he's a rooster, isn't he? Like, he is, like, it's a chicken, you know, but, like, it's... I think that's the male version of it, because... That's a dread claw, right? And then the rip claws are the ones that lay eggs. And do weird stuff. Like sleep. Don't ask me, it makes no goddamn sense to me. This is a fun opener. Actually allows you to do a fair bit of damage on him that otherwise normally would be harder to do. I didn't really think I could dodge that. Damn it. We can get him off of that if we get it just right, but he didn't give us time. He's somewhat of a wily one. Can't move. Get him with this. We'll heal just for safety's sake. Dodge. Is he going to climb up there, do you think? Oh, you tricky little bitch. You do have two, don't you? Just roll through. Damn it, I got stuck on terrain. I'm getting stuck on terrain here. Really bad luck here on terrain. But some of that is definitely my fault. Absolutely. What are you going for? What, but why? Can't move. Roll through. Fly up. Get a knockdown. Good damage. And he just does the one. This is unfortunate. I don't know if we'll get a tail cut from him. We didn't get a lot of pieces off, but we did get a little something over here. Question is where do we think he's going? I think he's going all the way down. Which would be unfortunate, because it's a little bit... It's definitely a journey for me. Get that little buddy. Alright. Yeah, he went all the way down. This place is a little bit hard to build a nice fast navigation system. I haven't found a good way to do it yet. Like, you could kind of do it with zip lines. It's alright. I don't know. There's probably a good way to set them up. I just haven't figured it out yet. So for now, I just kind of hoof it. And honestly, I like running through maps. I don't mind it too much in this game. Thought I saw you. And you are over here. This is Air Command. We have sight on the target. Ah, poop. Boy, I hate that move. It is so hard to avoid. At least I have a really hard time avoiding it. Wow, he came off that very quickly. And like I said, he sometimes will do that. Oh, poop. Fucking terrain fucked me on that one. Oh, we're almost dead. Oh, come on. The fast attack is a little annoying sometimes. It's just really inconsistent. But yeah, no, Spine Glider is actually not that much of a pushover. He's pretty easy, but he does have a couple of weird stuff. Again, his inconsistency on top, the fact that he has a ranged attack that he throws out pretty consistently and pretty quickly, all that can lead to a monster that, for some reason, can be rather difficult, especially with no defensive mechanisms, which you do not have in the majority of this game. Wasn't even thinking about taking his tail there, but hey, I'll take it. Finally. Healthy boy. Like he had a lot more life than normal, but it's mostly just me not playing so well. But no, good game. Good. I really... Part of the reason why I'm going to start this review series is I really want to bring attention to some games that I feel like just got kind of shafted unfairly. Can I pet you? You'll let me pet you. Good. Hey, buddy. You'll let me pet you, right? Yeah. Good turtle. But no, this entire island here is one of those large turtles. You don't believe me? I can actually show you. There are certain features in here that are distinct to those type of turtles that you can find on the island. So this island here is one giant dead turtle. And we have fish. Always like having fish. Build a dryer here to dry the fish. Perfect. Alrighty then. So, I think it is time to return back to Minato.
Whoa! Someone's had a good hunt. Any materials you collected? Take them straight to Suzuran-sensei, would you?
Sorry, I'm answering a message real quick here. So we got some materials to send to Suzura-san. Or Suzuran is her name. San is just the honorific.
Ah, you hunted a Tsunobashiri for us, did you? Those spine gliders are tough. We owe you one. Arigato. You're clearly well able to do your job then. But how are you holding up? No strange sensations?
Nothing serious.
Excellent. That's good to hear. You must tell me at once if you notice anything out of the ordinary. Having a karakuri implanted in your body may have consequences you're not expecting. The seed is a very old karakuri, the crystallization of wisdom amassed by the ancient hunters. It will make a deep physiological and mental connection with you. It allows its host to conjure and control karakuri, to influence the ki that flows through the entire natural world. In fact, until now, I honestly believed it was a fairy tale. I certainly never imagined that I'd see it with my own eyes.
Are there side effects?
Side effects? Well, there are certainly pitfalls. Firstly, I don't believe you can manipulate karakuri wherever and whenever you like. You've experienced that already, of course. You haven't been able to make use of karakuri here in Minato, for example, have you? Secondly, although the seed is said to contain the ingredients for a plethora of karakuri, it would appear you can't conjure them all whenever you like. I imagine there has to be some sort of trigger to stimulate the requisite memory. Given that it's a hunter's device, it seems reasonable to assume that those triggers will occur in the course of hunting activities.
Yeah. Is there a thirdly?
And thirdly, I dare say this is the most pertinent of the pitfalls from your perspective. The seed is deeply embedded in your heart. So deeply that one can no longer function without the other. What I'm trying to say is that if that tiny karakuri were to break, you would die. Now, it's not especially fragile, so there's no need to panic, but still, I would treat it with due care.
Understood.
Good. Yes, before you go, there's one last thing. There's a small task I'd like you to undertake. Or rather, the town elders have decided it should be done. It may even result in the first pitfall that I mentioned before being rendered moot. I think it would be quicker to show you rather than trying to explain further. Would you accompany me to the Spirit Isle? We can leave whenever you're ready. And Natsume will be coming along too.
Good. Excellent. Wonderful.
So, a trip to the island. A boat trip. Unavoidable, I suppose. Oh, sorry. I'm talking to myself. As soon as you're ready, we'll set off together.
Are you right, Ji-san?
Since your arrival in Minato.
Yeah. Suzura does not like boat rides. She gets seasick, apparently. That's what I assumed from the story, from playing through this before. She's not big on the whole boats. So we can forge some armor here, and the armor that I really like. This stuff is whatever, nothing too big. This right here, again, you got Destiny, which is fine. It's kind of like a weaker version, less likely to happen version of divine, what is it, divine protection, or in Monster Hunter, what is it called? Well, it's like divine protection or something like that. So, you know, a chance to reduce damage. Again, Rally Ironclad, it is not really that great. Stowed weapon, nothing there. The big thing that you care about as a bow person is core boost. Increases maximum stamina. All your shots, all of your power attacks, that sets up especially the Atoya arrow, or the Haya arrows, the ones that explode, they all use stamina. So the more stamina you have, the longer you can fire your Haya volley. The longer you fire, the more shots. More damage, all good stuff. Resurrection is nice. Allows you to withstand one single attack when health is gone. It does take a lot of kimono, or lots of renegade, whatever you would call that, to get to that point. It's fine enough. Big thing for me, though, is this guy right here. Recovery boost 15%. Recovery boost 15%. So that increases, if you're wearing both of those, your healing waters effects by 30%, which is pretty nice. That means that you don't have to do so many double heals. Presence of mind, nothing big. That's okay. Sidestepper's not bad. Savage just adds a little extra damage. The no skills there. Kind of your best armor pieces at this point, if you don't want the health boost, which is, it's fine. It's not super necessary, but it's fine. I would always say for low rank, I would get the core boost, because it's good for several weapons. I would go for recovery boost, because even though resurrection is nice, it takes a lot to get there. And I find even though you resist the damage, chances are you're still probably going to die a second time, because you resist it and you have one life. It's useful, but not terribly so. I would much go for recovery boost, have the pants be core boost, and the other two, whatever you want. Savage here is fine, and you can go for something like a sidestepper there, maybe Destiny. I don't know. I would probably just go with 4-piece of the Spine Glider set, and then one from the Grid Dog. It's usually a pretty solid set. We're going to go ahead and make the Grid Dog. We'll equip that, and do the feet there. Feet there. And we can turn these guys into human path, which I think I will do. There we are. We can't quite get that one because we need more spine glider parts. A little annoying. So that's why I try to hunt the spine glider as much as possible. But our build, for at least a while, is pretty close. Yeah, we just need a little bit more spine glider. Actually, one second, let me check.
Have a think about which of my little ones you're most interested in.
Something real quick here. So spine glider, we will need to do the human version, which means we need quite a bit more spine glider claw, actually. Okay. Because we will need the human version to maintain sidestepper, which isn't super important, but you're gonna get it, you might as well get it. Weapon-wise, the Dreadclaw gives you nice wind stuff. And Katakuri Coordination Fury is nice because what that is it boosts the power of attacks incorporating basic Katakuri. So the helicopter gameplay of Bow, where you're constantly using the helicopter Katakuri to fly in the air and fire down and blow them up, that counts as a basic Katakuri. So it helps a little bit. Not a ton, but a little bit. That's okay raw damage, but nothing else really super awesome. The leeway is okay. It's kind of neat. This one is all right because it does boost all your attacks for a little while after conjuring a Katakuri. So, you know, that's nice because you're going to be conjuring Katakuri all the freaking time with that. Katakuri coordination is also pretty good because, again, you use it so much that you are going to be constantly healing a little bit every single time you pull off one of those moves. So you can hurt yourself. You just keep doing that. Speeds up a Toya full draw. That is nice. Allows you to do better, faster Atoya arrows. Nothing too necessary, though. For this guy, again, Sleight of Hand Fury is not super useful, because you just don't use a lot of Karakuri, or at least I don't. The Dodge Master is useful. Now, the reason why it's useful is because Dodge Master links into the window time for a successful parry. So parry timing can be a little bit tricky with this weapon, so anything that boosts it is quite nice. Heaven Dance is pretty good. But I'd say I would probably do the Spine Glider one here. Again, there's not a ton of monsters, if memory serves, that are weak to water for a while. Let's see here. Yeah, King Tusk is immune to it. Spine Glider is pretty resistant. It's actually not too bad. It's not great. Wind tends to be better. Fire is all right for a few of these things, but you're not going to get much fire for a while.
Stronger and sharper. That's what you're looking for, I imagine.
Yeah, it's got a little built-in crit, which isn't too terrible. That guy's pretty good for wind. Admittedly, that's pretty strong for wind. A little hard to get to. Nothing else too interesting there. I might just do this guy.
Can I be of service and...
And we have a couple of side missions we can pick up, which we will. Hey.
You've been taking a few boat trips lately, I hear. For fishing? No, I suppose not. Hard at work as usual? You're no stranger to the Spirit Isle, are you? Takes me back, thinking about that place. I hunted Kemono there not long after I first came to Minato. This body of mine was less creaky back then. I was escorting a gathering party, if I remember rightly. All of a sudden, there was a scream from the bay. A giant bird had tried to take a child, and the father was beside himself. But, luckily for him, the gallant Daidoji Ujishige wasn't far away. I pulled the child from the Kemono's clutches and dispatched the beast in one fell swoop.
Impressive.
Well, I've always been skilled.
especially talking myself up. But if you need proof, go and see for yourself. There's bound to be more of them, ready to make off with another victim given half a chance. Oh, but if you are heading over there, don't take it lightly. That kimono was almost more than I could handle. Almost. I couldn't say if you'll be able to defeat it or not. But if you emerge victorious, I'll have to give you credit where credit's due. And if you don't, well, we'll laugh about it over a cup of sake. I'm looking forward to it either way.
Alright, so we got that one. Tall Tale. And we also have this one down here. From you.
I feel like there's more life in Minato. You want to know what's still to do? Here's the list.
There we go, 30 seals. Now we can do the other ones here. Let's see. I always like to start with Dragon Kakuri because you can actually do it in here very easily. Process something to eat is actually a pretty easy one. Visitor quests, decently easy. What's the other quick ones we can do? We can do that one. I wish I liked the Nodachi more than I do. It's not a bad weapon, mind you. It's just not amazing. We'll collect it no matter what. Alright, you got a hunting request. Let's hear it.
You couldn't come with me for a minute, could you? There's a little thing you might be able to help me with. Yataro here is a bit stuck for some materials. I was thinking maybe you could gather them up for him?
I didn't ask for any help. Why are you sticking your nose in?
Come on. Stop being so stubborn. You were grumbling before about not being able to carry on with your work.
Maybe I was, but that doesn't mean I need help from an outsider.
I'd be glad to help.
Alright, if you're that insistent.
You've got a solid offer of help here, Yataro. You'd be mad not to take it. Where's that list you showed me before of everything you need? Just give it to the hunter here, and we can all get on.
Fine.
Great. When you found everything, just give it straight to Yataro, would you? Arigato!
Thanks.
If you don't mind then.
Oh, I can already turn it in, can't I?
If you want something.
There we go.
All the right materials in the right quantities? Huh. Didn't think you'd come through.
Whoa! Did you manage to find everything already?
Yeah.
That's great, isn't it? Now you can push on with your work. Did you thank your new supplier yet?
No. Why? I'm giving a reward, aren't I?
I should think so. But it never hurts to say thanks, you know?
Look, you're the one who asked for the help in the first place. Alright, if I have to. I just want to say, stop being so weird.
Nice.
Boy, wait a minute! Sorry. I bet you're wondering why you bothered, aren't you? He's always been like that, though. But he's been through a lot, so don't think too badly of him. Of course, that's no excuse for being crabby. I'll have a word with him later.
Alrighty then. So we have a couple of small things. We have a tall tail there to kill a Dreadclaw. We need more Spine Glider parts. So we're actually going to do some Spine Glider killing. Even though he's not weak to water at all. Not really. He's not immune to it, at least. We have a grit dog over there. We got a spine glider, and we probably have something right there. I think we only need the spine glider. Damn it, missed it. It's okay. Get on over here. Nah, never has enough time. Kind of hard to hit him sometimes. But you do break his horn very easily with this weapon. Let's get a quick heal. Yeah, and as long as you just keep blocking this guy, you can just keep doing a shitload of damage to him. See if we can actually get this on him. Thank you. Yeah, see, not great damage. Mostly because I find this one hard to do, so I just get away from it. Ah, I missed the backswing. That's okay. Damn, didn't get a tail cut. But he's pretty weak. He's pretty low. He will be dead soon enough. Yeah, there was a Dread Claw over there. He was just slightly further into that little alcove area, or where that big ruin is. He's just out of range. That's fine. We'll kill this guy. Ah, I forgot it does the double. I forgot about the double. Let's go get his tail real quick. And again, when you cut off parts, because they changed the landscape around them, where it lands, it changed the landscape. You see this little area of effect there. I don't know. I just think there's so much fun and character in this game that really should be celebrated a hell of a lot more. And we'll go back to camp.
I forgot how much I hate boats.
Oh, that's right. I
Are you
forgot that
alright,
this is...
Sensei?
Yeah.
You did say you'd explain what we're doing here when we'd arrive.
Yeah, you go here and they
Ugh.
start the mission.
I'll be fine. So, there is an old ruin on the island here where the natural flow of ki has stagnated. I need you to clear the blockage. I think you said you tried it before, didn't you? In the Nanohana field along the old Blossom Trail.
I remember.
I'd like you to do the same thing here. I learned that a particular material is required for the job, and through meticulous research, I've managed to ascertain which kemono to hunt to obtain it. It's a kemono called Jigokuzaru, or lava back.
As far as we know, it's lived on this island since ancient times. Apparently, Minato's hunters have never been a match for it.
Just leave it to me.
Your confidence is reassuring, but I don't want you taking any unnecessary risks. If it seems too much for you, return to Minato and reconsider your approach.
I hear that the lavaback lives on the north side, but there are other kemono on the island too. Perhaps hunting some of those first would be a good plan. Then I can make you stronger equipment with the materials.
Let's hope this really does help Minato flourish again.
Sensei?
Sorry, I was muttering to myself. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. I've taken the liberty of adding a rather special karakuri to your gauntlet. I have a matching one, and together they'll allow us to communicate when we're too far away to speak to each other. It'll all become clear once you use it. We'll contact you in a little while, so don't be surprised if you suddenly hear our voices.
Pretty sure it's the fire monkey. So we're going to end it right here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out. And until next time, and as always, I hope you have a good one.